来，其实整个这个大家就大受好评，因为太方便了。那我是说老人家，其实老人家现在民法主义其实是一个长的事情。那如果你只 focus 在那个前段，就是说，可以行动自己老人家，然后去照顾他们的信用。那就下一个问题就是说，难道行动不能自己老人家的性状态就会不了吗？会是这样？对。那独居老人他从可以行动自己到不能行动自己，这个过程可能就是这件事情。所以我觉得一定要研究到，然后看看国外案例，因为国外案例里面其实蛮多是同时照顾生理之后也是有提供一个陪伴的。对，我们看过一个那个忘记欧洲哪个地方一个失智老人的社区，对，这个案例很有趣嘛。
就是关于陪伴的东西，之前有一个美国的案例，就是说，我不确定你们有没有去参考一下，就是他有些老人然后需要陪伴，然后有些美国其他地方的国家的人需要学习英文，所以他们就去做这件事情。那
古巴。
对，然后我不确定说中区有多少的老人家会用日文这样，那你们是不是？
我们有发现这件事，所以我刚刚忘记，我们最近，因为我们有发现他们其实蛮多会日文的，那我们所以我们就是这几天有在想这件事情，就是想说日文这一次可不可以有什么做什么事？
就学日文真的很不错。
因为其实他们的主要语言是台语，然后他们主要的语言是台语这样子。然后接下来的话，就是会很多就是背景其实都是会日文的，然后也会唱一些日文歌，对。
光是教台语好像就有市场。对啊，因为台语现在学习的方法有点奇怪，跟老人家聊天是最好的方法。
有，而且他们有跟我们说什么可以跟他们学台语，然后叫我们拿录音机去录。
这里面有，怎么一直丢了？每个人坐着讲没关系啊，闲聊。
你好，我的议题呢有两个哈，第一个就是那个冰箱小帮手，那么我们这个
会继续吗？
还要跟另外一个组员 meeting， 中间找时间跟你约。
对啊。
还没敲定。
还没。
对。
所以你们是想去讨论吗？
那也。
OK。尽快，不然因为我们你们因为现在你们还是两个人，对不对？所以还不会进到那个被刷掉的。因为我们一人如果未满两人就要被强制要并。
对。OK。
尽快找我们讨论一下。
Okay, I have another project is how to create a threader, mini threader. This threader, my thinking is come from the website. This site is an image. It's a big truck or car can trash it. I generally become to mini threader. Right now, it's just a mechanical design already. It's by hand manual to do it. I tried to let it automatically. So I learned about Arduino class before 2 weeks. I got a good idea and experience. In the yesterday, I did it. Finished how to That is the current over I set up, such as the 2 to 8. If over that, it will reverse. How many times I control it? Right now, I try to let it reverse this case 3 times. Over these 3 times, the power let it off. That means my threader material is too hard, cannot through the hole. So that is the current, it will become bigger. It will crash my machine. So I use this process to control my machine. I think I can get it. That's right now I do it about my administrator. Thank you.
我帮他解释一下。
另外是要先关掉。
那个芝大哥他做的是那个碎料，算碎料机嘛，这样讲。然后我们上个礼拜有一个 Arduino 工作营，所以以往他的碎料机只能用手搅，对，然后现在他可以用电动控制，因为它碎料有就是要，可是你估计马达扭力是够的。
Well, I use this no brush motor, not a step motor. Okay, so that motor have 12 volts. It will come out about 300 watts, but I think it's enough.
不过我会想要问就是这个。冰箱这都在讨论嘛，然后可是碎料机的部分，你接下来的计划是什么？因为你的东西其实很有机会上木质平台，只要它开始可以动，对，电动的 Pretotype 出来，其实就可以进入那个上木质平台的状态。可是你接下来的计划是有没有针对木质计划要提出来？那接下来有什么 schedule 的安排？
I tried outside design. If my mechanical design is already, I think outside the machine will be defined. And then the package will become out, carry out. So the next step, I will try to coordinate the outside design. And then I will come up, that's the calculate the total cost. That means go to that platform will be become true.
那你有打算要找一个那个工业设计背景当团队，还是你要打算自己找别人？
Oh, my son, he's busy. I already touched our Donghai University Industrial Design Department. That's Dr. Wu. I already touched her. Yeah, I let him to design outside for me. Yeah, thank you.
看起来已经差不多了，接下来是你可能开始要讲，就是说，一方面就是外观设计要准备嘛，然后二方面就是当然你的 cost 要先精算出来，不然到时候每卖一台就赔一台，那就会哭出来。对，再来就是平常有没有在做录影的动作，就整个开发过程。如果有的话是最好，就是因为它准备影片最重要。然后先研究一下所有墨制平台的那个格式，就是其实最重要是影片，一个很棒的影片，它就会帮你把东西卖光。对，然后文字只是让你看起来好像你很专业，然后你的准备工作很多，让他们觉得这件事情是真的。因为我们在你周围，我们看到的东西在运作，我们会确定是真的。可是必须借由透过网络，人家看个网页可以相信那是真的，那个需要花更多的力气去说服人家，包含一段影片，然后很大量的照片，而且是精美的，然后文 文字的说明，然后说明你的开发过程等等，才会让人看到网页就相信，这是一台真的在运作的，我不会买到这不是诈欺啊！简单讲，你必须让网页看起来不是看起来是真的不是诈欺。对，那个资料准备，你可能要先看一下。我建议第一件事情是，你先看一下那个募资平台上面人家成功案例的，尤其是工业设计的那个工业产品类型的影片、照片、它的图片，然后还有它的说明，他们怎么去铺陈。然后右边的话，那个回馈项目，也就是那个抖内的单位，要仔细研究他们的安排，就是一般可能会有早鸟价，然后会规划说，到一定的 count 上，就会再多附赠什么东西。所以，可是这个东西就影响到你的整个 product design， 就是说，如果像最近那个 Flux， 他们已经好像还没有冲到那个全配吧，全配好像是1500万美金，对，还没有冲到，然后150万美金，他们现在是100多万美金，已经很可怕了，3800万台币，然后就是因为它这个东西有不同的头，所以就是每次到达另一个募资门槛的时候，他就说我再多送什么东西。可是他那个到一个门槛送什么，到一个门槛送什么东西，这个在一开始募资就上去了，所以会让大家有个目标说，赶快能够多买起来，可以冲到什么地方。要去研究一下几个案例 ，Pixar 的上面、Indiegogo 上面的都study 一下，它那个商品的不同募资门槛的规划，对，这个要研究一下。下一个，有没有同学要参与讨论？
想了解一下那个碎料机制的作用。
碎料机制作用。
谢谢。我说明一下这个碎料机当初的目的跟现在我的构想。第一个就是这个碎料机，因为它能够碎到很薄的这个塑胶袋，也可以厚到我的预想是连我们的那个电路板也可以下去。那在这样情况之下的话，说真的要蛮大的扭力才能够做切割。所以呢，它的range有这么样子的能力，这个是我蛮有自信说，跟国外类似产品比起来讲的话，我的精密度是比他们高很多。这第一点。第二点，就用途上来讲的话呢，它不仅仅是在我们3D 印表机的这个产品报废产品的回收跟缴税这一部分，因为我们也预计将来要再设计出一套那个胶条的制作机，让它能够在 small office 底下也能够制作自己的胶条。如果说这个胶条的 price 还是居高不下的话，这部分有它的空间，这是第一部分。第二部分就是说，因为它能够碎掉很薄的那个塑胶袋，等同于磁带，对不对？所以说很多当今一些科技公司他们的重要的资料要做粉碎，他们的 server 有做很多的 backup 要粉碎，这个就有能力了。包括你的 SIM 卡、你的 SD 卡、你的 flash disk、你的 small diskette disk， 这些跟你资料有关系的粉碎。各位，你应该相信，你如果说把你的随身碟 format 掉以后，我可以把你的资料找回来，你相信吗？所以说，在一个公司的小部门的主管有这样子一个 flash disk 的这种使用跟回收的话，势必在治安这一部分，这个机器就可以用得上来。好，这大致上我讲到这两个主要，目前这个是 mini threader， 大小大概是80乘以150的面积，高度大概，它高度目前那个机体也不过只有70而已，就是这么小。当然还要包括底座啦、外壳，还有那个往上面的那个碎料要进去的空间， 大概是这样。再增加就是马达部分了。目前就是有2种，一种是手动的，准备是要做后面的电动的。做以上报告，谢谢。
跟我提醒一下，就是因为你要上墨汁平台的话，其实从你刚刚的 presentation 会发现一个问题，就是因为在场很多的人跟你背景不一样，跟在墨汁平台也是一样的意思，就是很多人可能是你要做到一件事情，就是家庭主妇都想要买，家庭主妇都想要买，这才是真正的好的行销。等下上墨汁平台就在做行销的。可是行销的话，关键是什么？关键不是你的 spec， 不是你那个 talk 有多大，体积有多大，可以睡什么东西，而是在谈那个议题。我们的谈议题原因就是这里，所以你应该谈的，上次我们不是有那个 pitch 工作坊，他就提到，你前面的30秒，该讲的是你为什么要做这件事情，我做这件事情对你们有什么好处，你们为什么需要这些东西。这30秒最重要。那比方说碎料机，其实不是在讲碎料机，或许你在谈的是说那个大家身边很多垃圾量，垃圾减量可能是一个可以谈的议题。然后垃圾的回收，资源的回收，回收就碎料之后，它可以很容易被分离，这可以谈。或者说3D 列印的剩余的材料可以再回收再制。所以你在谈的是这个东西。那大家才会对于你在做的东西会有比较明确想象，他就知道他要不要。那当然，如果比方说好谈的是一个叫做垃圾减量，你们家垃圾是否都很大袋，然后每次要提出去的时候都很大，我现在有一个机器可以让你把你家垃圾从一大袋变成一小坨而已，那你的东西就构成一个家家户户必买的一个条件。不然的话，如果你 focus 在另外一个3D 列印的那些失败品的回收，那也只有这做3D 列印的人会想买而已。或者说你对治安的话，就是治安人会想买。那其实就是说你在 focus 的议题上不一样的时候，你的 buyer 就不一样，会买你东西的族群会不一样。那这是一定要注意的事，就是说你想谈的是哪个议题。对。好，还有没有朋友想要问？下一位。
大家好，我的议题是那个食物浪费的议题，就是因为世界上有很多就是食物都被浪费掉，就是他们可能是因为买太多吃不完，或者是放太久，就是你买的但是忘记了，然后就放太久，然后就过期。然后我要做的事情就是然后这些数量其实是很庞大的，所以我要做的事情是让这些食物在它们被丢进垃圾桶之前，然后建立一个机制，增加它们食物的流动性。然后，我目前运用的媒介就是建立一个食物地图的网站，然后跟 APP， 就是需要就是我们买回来的食物，你就可以拍照，然后上传到网站，然后其他有需要的人，他们可能就会看到，然后就可以给你买到。然后或者是店家，他们可能面包店什么的，他们就是可能今天出炉，然后卖不完的，他们也可以马上及时的上传到网站，然后他就会有其他消费者会购买。
先提醒，一样是 presentation 事情，跟你们都一样，就是说，其实你第一句话把它很简单的说成，全世界70%的食物都是因为过期浪费掉，就结束了。然后，可是这一句话里面就很简要，而且很有力量带出你为什么要做这件事情系统。所以我如果建立一个机制，可以让70%的食物再重新被需要的人拿走。这个食物就是这个世界上就不会有挨饿的人。举例，对，就是这样，你们要把它用一个很简要的方式，把你的议题的强度讲出来，这很重要。对，好，就是不管是老人啊， 为什么要用碎料机？拿一个很简要的数据跟很强力的一句话，就应该让人家觉得，对，这件事情很重要，所以我才要买你的 solution。对，我有提那个 local device 的事情啊，因为那天我有跟 Max 等一下来的，对，老师有聊到你的计划，他觉得你计划很酷，可是反正大家都第一天想的问题是没有 app 嘛，对不对？对，那我想到的事情是，其实你需要接下来是上募资平台的进度，所以你需要一个动人的影片，也可以说它就是行销计划。那个，与其是特地去买一个，特地去拍一个行销影片，不如就是直接用一个具体的一个装置，然后在里面演出你的那个交换机制，我觉得可能会比较，就马上就有说服力了，对。
国外有一个社区，国外有一个社区，它是在社区门口摆一个冰箱，然后让大家多余的食物放到那边，让公游民取用这样子。那这让我想到你们那个 app 的问题，食物的储存空间、位置，然后它的密集度，然后会不会造成这个社区的游民增多等等的衍生议题？所以有没有想过这样的问题？那假如说各自的食物都是储存在家里面，只是用这个 app 来提供的话，那会不会造成取用的不方便性？还有那些真正需要食物的人，他们并不会有智慧型手机，并不会接触到这个 app， 那又该如何解决这个问题？
其实交换方式呢，
就是我目前想到的办法就是以先自己身边好友为我们就是交换食物的对象，就是因为这样子也省去安全问题跟因为他们都是你好友，所以你就会知道要怎么联络他们这样。
你是说你要先用身边好友当 Pretotype 去研究一下这个机制，是不是？
对。
OK。他们现在正在进行到 Pretotype 的程度，因为我们会鼓励，就是说，其实讨论再久，计划再久，不如赶快做个实验知道。所以他们现在，他们就是一个 Pretotype 的实验，就是说，好，我建立一个 app， 然后试着在自己的小圈里面 run 看看，逐步再把这圈圈放大。对，多让几次之后，我觉得这个时候就要顺便把这一段过程是要直接把它拍成影片，用影片方式记录下来。对，我是觉得很好，去试试看。那你身边朋友这个计划预计什么时候开始执行？开始弄？有没有 schedule？
刚刚那个 local device 啊，就是因为我现在有找到技术资源，就是会写 MPP 程式的，然后我是打算直接把 MPP 先做一个模拟，就是先把它写出来，然后就是以 local device 就以 MPP 的方式呈现。
哦，那个 local device 上面呈现就是 app。
对。
OK。可是你的朋友在 run 这件事情呢？怎么 run？其实我觉得你的朋友圈要去 run 你这个机制，交换机制，跟那个 local device 可以是两件事情。对，因为看起来你想要先 run 一下这个交换机制嘛，对不对？然后之后才是在一个地方做一个 device 去测试公众的交换机制 public。对，那我觉得可能也有2个阶段的测试。 阶段可以比较快，但是因为都是自己的好朋友，所以很快。我觉得你可以在这个月给他测试一次，然后顺便去看一下那个界面是否成熟。对，然后第二，可是，在同时之间，你就要计划1月，假设1月好了，因为如果1月底是要上募资平台，我会建议你1月的时候就做一次是那个公开测试。那就是12月就做好友圈，然后现在同时在计划1月的公测的那个方式。你的计划其实是大家觉得可能性很高的，就是你说卡在，赶快看到第一步啊，对，赶快看到第一步，至少你朋友圈用一次这个就会是个具体的测试。
可以提一个想法嘛，就是因为我看到是没有从需求面去看到这件事情。就是没有看到需求面的东西啊，就是可能你只是看到食物你多出来你用不到，但是可能不见得你流动出去是给需要的人，或是很多人是没有那个需要，那有没有可能是我们从有需要的人你去帮助需要的人，就是他去发起，他有一个需求被提出来的时候，你食物是可以供给过去的，这样子。可能你们，你可能现在是学生嘛，那有些可能他要打工，他才有办法去提供他的3餐这样子。那他假如他其他有多余的食物，你就可以供给给他，对，大概是这样子啊。
喂，大家好，我是做那个公共传播fixing bar 就是我主要是提出一个 fixing bar， 是有点像议题讨论互动平台，然后我是希望可以倡导一些公共良善comments或者一些良善价值的传播，然后这议题讨论互动平台主要是它是可以针对不同的议题，就是在那个当下店设立一个小吧台或场摊贩的那种形式，然后是可以记录一下事件本身当下的事情，或者是你在这个事件里面遇到的状况，你需要一个有点像比较中立的客诉平台，或者是就是可以互动讨论的。然后，我想一下，这大致上是这样。对，然后主要是如果里面会有一些提出的解决方案，可能需要一个 app， 或者是需要后面的处理去处理这些讨论出来的结果，或者是送达政府机关，就是大概形式是这样。对。
帮你问了，大家知道他在做什么吗？
我先想一下，就是我现在主要的操作议题是台东 BRT， 就是会有放一个小巴孩子那边，因为我觉得这东西很难讲清楚，就还没有整理好。对啊，大家
你就30秒内让大家知道你在干嘛。
好，就是我想要利用这个硬体跟软体，就是希望可以让大家我希望可以尝试创造可以互动讨论的这个东西出来。对。
听不懂是要解决什么问题？
对啊，看起来也可以互动讨论。
对啊。我的问题就是说，我发现就是大家很会在网络上面就是留言，或者是留言很多抗议的留言，可是却不会进一步解决问题。所以我是希望，因为现在我觉得手机太多资讯，可是我希望是可以有一个单一的东西直接放到事件本身，就是专注。
1999你就可以直接去申诉解决你要的问题。
感觉好像不太是这样。对啊。
不是1999那样。
不是，他在讲别的。 他的计划想要让我们直接去面对问题本身，然后在那个问题里面去讨论问题，而且提出解决问题的方法。像他这次提的是
BRT 属于市政建设，所以它有问题，1999可以反映，可以解决。
那你放在 BRT 里面，想要能解决什么问题？
我希望他们可以对身边的我想想，就是对生活上的每个细节多付出一点关心，多付出一点思考。其实动作不用很大。举例，对，因为就是有一次我搭 BRT， 我就发现，就是其实可能有很多外地人知道从这个方向是到火车站或者是到东海这边，可就有人很贴心，会有一根小便利条，然后在那个搭车那边，然后就说这里是往台东火车站，就是这种小东西，然后它也是很严肃的东西，就是希望大家多留意生活上每个细节，对吧？
我觉得想要给你招金。
这是其中的一个部分，对啊。但是我现在还是不知道怎么减速之类。
告示牌不清楚，你也是打个1999，请他们增设一个告示牌，否则一般人会不清楚，这样就进去了。那个便利贴在那里也是一个私人弄上去的垃圾广告物，它不应该出现在那里，而是由公家机关印制统一的指示告示，然后一起，这才是积极的解决方式啊。
可是就是我会发现，大家好像都会把事情丢给可能就是同一个窗口，可是却不会大家一起去就是帮忙一些事情，应该是这样说嘛？就是而且他们处理效率其实没有那么高。
那所以你觉得每一站大家都去贴自己手写便利贴？
这只是其中一个我看到的东西，这是真实发生的事情。我真的不知道怎么解释。
好，你已经遇到第一个 challenge。OK， 请记住这个 challenge。那个第一个啦，因为上次有找你讨论过了嘛，你必须要找到 team， 有吗？还没 ，OK， 那已经到了要决定的关卡了，你知道意思吗？就是没有未满2个人的话，我们会强烈建议看是要 follow 别人的专案还是对。好，然后第二个事情是因为当然到你发现这件事情可以有一个努力的方向，已经是最近的事情。可是以时间上来讲，你当然还是可以决定你要不要继续走啦。好，可是现在最大的问题就是说，你如何把你要做这件事情讲很清楚，这是最大的问题。因为一旦这件事情人家不懂你要干嘛，你做这件事情到底对我有什么帮助的时候，其实对不会有人 support 你的。对，这是对啊，现在的状况就是一个最务实的反应。对，好吧？那你可以想到底你要不要走，你很坚持要走也没关系。然后或者是说你就觉得好，我要先暂停一下，我再想一下，我加入别人的 team， 然后对，再想一下这样也可以。好，还有几个同学，不过没关系，因为我们 Max 来了。Hi Max。那我们就把 Yeah, it's for you. Do you need this?
Yeah, so do you have a computer I can use here?
Yes.
Well, like to use Surface. No, I need to get it in Prezi.
Okay. OK， 我跟大家解释跟介绍一下，我们今天的Design Thinking Workshop 不是上课，是要借由带大家动手做，解决某个问题的时候，在做东西的过程里面去思考。因为我们准创课程其实很提倡一件事情，就是说你不是想没有用，赶快做。你想到一个程度就赶快下手做，做完之后才会去修正方案，没有做都是假的。那我们发现，其实台湾人很常卡在那个，我不知道第一步该做什么。我觉得要做个 app， 可是我不会做。你找个会做的人就好啦，不然去学嘛。其实你们就这样嘛。那我们这个 workshop 就是要带大家跨过那个门槛。那 Max 有安排一个很好玩的小游戏跟挑战，然后用一些很简单的一些材料就可以完成这东西。那我介绍一下 Max， 我跟 Max 认识在就是感觉想说成立之后，然后我在1月的时候吧，他就冲过来，他就说，他说要认识我，就说我要认识这个人，就是这里好酷，对，因为我做这个空间就是为了要做创意的课程这个事情。我们就这样 ，OK， 继续。那因为 Max 他在中部已经住超过5年，然后他在中区有一个基地，他很喜欢焊接东西，做金属，也就是他的空间在做那个金属workshop。我说的不是那个电焊哦，是焊接那个大的东西，对。然后他自己也是 little bit， 就是那个 Arduino 有一个产品就是只是用 Arduino， 因为很多板子要接在一起，很多控制板接在一起或者这些功能，可是它那个安装过程比较复杂，所以要把它开发出一个小的模组，就是可以用磁铁一吸就接好了。对，我按 WiFi 模组一吸上去就加进去，对。所以他们自己也有这个产品，然后他也帮助很多新创团队上那个 Git， 对。那所以我就请 Max 来带大家这个 Design Thinking 这个 workshop。他自己就很习惯做东西，他前几天来跟我分享一个他刚烧完的一个东西，就是前后2个大轮子，他是拆解一台摩托车。然后摩托车轮拆下来之后，中间是自己烧焊骨架，然后人可以在上面。我不知道大家有没有看过外国人那个是坐在滑板上，然后有一种是趴着的，从山坡上一路滑下来，纯粹靠重力的那个车子，他自己做一台，可是他现在用另外一种控制的方式，对，很酷。我们欢迎 Max。
All right, good morning, guys. This is not going to be a lecture. We're going to do a conversation instead. Okay, lectures are dinosaurs, right? Really, right? I mean, you want to watch a lecture, go to YouTube, right? I mean, any content, anything you want, it's on YouTube. So this is going to be a conversation. And I want you to practice asking questions. That's really important, okay? If you want to be a great problem solver, you need to be a master at asking questions, okay? You need to always be asking why, okay? So ask lots of questions. I mean, the only value of a lecturer is if you get to ask questions. Otherwise, right, YouTube it. And even then, there's great questions in the comments, right? Okay, so this is a class on design thinking. And, this is a topic. And of course, what's ironic about the whole topic is the more you try to teach it and structure it, the more you destroy it. That's the nature of creativity, right? We go from creativity, which is we don't even know where it is, to try to make a product out of it. And that process is very constraining, right? So anyway, we're going to cover the two areas that are really important. The first area is visualization. All right. What is visualization? Someone tell me. What is to visualize something? This is visualize in your mind, not visualize your eyes. Right? Sometimes it's called the mind's eye. Do we have a blackboard here? Do we have chalk? Sometimes it's called the mind's eye. Right? It's what you see inside your head. Right? And we'll do some exercises on this, but right now, that's the one part. It's the creative part. Where does it come from? No one knows. It's metaphysical. The other part is when you try to bring it into reality. That's the materialization. Right? So it was an idea, and now you're making something real out of it. Okay? You understand those two areas? Right? Visualize is inside your head. Materialize in the real world to create an actual object. All right, those are the two domains right there. This one is wide open. It's based on chaos. This one needs organization. So they're very, very distinct fields, but yet when you design, you move back and forth all the time between them. Okay? No chalk. Okay. So yeah, we're going to start with first, we're going to practice. We're going to talk a little about theory of the two of them, and then we're going to practice some visualization, which is always fun. Oh, another word for visualization is imagination. Right? Kids have great imagination. As we get older, our imagination just goes, right? Yeah, so kids are great at it. It's hard to maintain it. And then we're going to go into, practice some materialization, building things, making things. And then we'll take a break, and then we'll, and then we'll do some brainstorming. Who's brainstormed before? Put your hand up if you brainstormed before in a group. Nobody? One? Holy shit, yeah, two? Yeah, we got to do some brainstorming then, okay. We'll do some brainstorming. And then the last part, the sheet that you have is actually your tips, and we'll do a free build time as well, okay? All right, so that's what we're going to cover. I'm going to shut this down. And I'm going to go through the whole, very quickly, I want to go through the creative process with you. This is the process for a product. Okay, we're going to start the very basic and move all the way through the cycle. Oops, I put this guy. Remember, ask questions, okay, all the time. It's a conversation. If you don't ask questions, I don't know what you know, and I don't learn either. When you ask questions, I learn too, so. Oh, right on, chalk. Thank you. All right, so this is, hey, is there a laser pointer? You guys got a laser pointer? You know what? This is the whole creative process, okay? For a product, something like this, or a car, or whatever. There's many ways to create, but this is just for a product or something that will be designed. As you can see, there's three main areas. This is the part, of course, that's in your mind, in your mind's eye. And then after that, you get into prototype. You guys know prototyping, right? So this is where your idea becomes reality and slowly takes shape. And then you get into product refinement, and then into the product. Now here's the cool part. The basis here is experience. And we'll go through that right away. But this product that's created becomes the basis for another product. I'll show you how. I'll go through this with you guys. Any questions so far? All right, this is where all creativity begins, at experience. What is experience? Give me an example of experience. What's an experience? Right. Something you learned, right? Something you know. That's right. And experience, isn't that a wild picture? Ooh, freaks me out. But experience comes into your mind. Everything you see is an experience. Everything you hear, everything you touch, what you bring through your senses is experience. How many senses are there? How many senses do we have? 5, right? We're taught in school we have 5. There's actually about 21 senses. But in school, this is why education is terrible, it's very old. We still have the main 5 senses, but there are more. Like for example, right now, I'm designing a project I think he told you about. The entire design is around the 8th sense, which is your sense of balance. Right? You close your eyes in a car, and you can know if the car's turning or not. That's a sense, you can sense it. Right? That's number 8. But anyway, all that data that you see every day, you feel, you hear, goes into your brain, and it becomes part of your experience. So if you have no experience, you have no way to create. You have no starting point. You can't create out of nothing. It's impossible. Try it. You can't create from nothing. You need to have a seed, a little starting point. All right? And that's where experience comes in. So the more experience you have, the greater your database to create. Right? So what do? Go experience as much as you can. Right? And always get to the bottom of things. Ask, why is this happening? Try to find out why. I mean, experience is reading. Reading is experience. Looking at pictures of other people's work is experience. All right? Any questions? Someone, give me a question, please.
It means any creation will come from your experience before.
That's right. There are no new ideas. They're just you combining other ideas. Right? A plus B equals C. Right? My first cell phone had no camera on it. Nobody had thought to put a camera in a cell phone. Right? Can you imagine that now? No, you can't, right? Finally, someone said, hey, we could add a small camera to this phone. Wow. I remember seeing my first cell phone with a camera. My friend had one. It was one of those Motorola flip phones. She pointed up at me and she went, click. What are you doing? She turned around and there was my face. I'm like, holy shit, your cell phone takes pictures. It was amazing, right? The quality was terrible, but the idea was there. And before that, it didn't exist. But that's how ideas work. Just ideas build on ideas. It's evolution, right? The evolution of technology is innovation. All right, so experience. This is the very basis of creativity. The more you experience, the better creator, problem solver you will be. Okay? So once you have this big database of experience, the next thing is the connections. That moment when you're kind of, I get it. Oh, I have an idea, right? All that data is in your brain. It's just that all of a sudden, bang, you make that connection. And those synapses, and we don't know how this happens. Really, we don't know. It's our own mind trying to discover our mind. So we don't know how this happens. But we know that the connections are made, and then it begins to accelerate. And we'll do this later in an exercise. It begins to accelerate towards a concept. And once more and more connections get made to an idea, now you're into conceptualization, right? You've got a concept in your mind. It may not be complete, but it's there, and you have an idea. You don't know how to get it to reality, but of course, you go through, again, all the experience, all the knowledge you have, and you try to compile that visualization of that idea. And this is a really cool part, because this is the part where you transition from what's in your head to the physical world, right? As soon as you do anything, right, you've got an idea, it's in your head, and as soon as you start doing this, just start sketching, that idea is coming into reality, right? And this can take years. My son, he drew this picture. It looked kind of like this. It was duplicated. Something like that, and I was like, wow, that actually looks like something I recognize. He's 5 years old. But this, you think, well, that's just a crazy kid's picture. But I bet you, 20 years from now, he'll build something that looks like this, right? He's a kid, it's in his mind, but that idea can stay in his mind all his life, right? I'm building projects now that I dreamed of building when I was a kid. But that very first sketch is the time when it came into reality, right? Of course, you can't use it now, it's got to go through prototyping and everything else, but the idea is in reality. So this is a really cool phase. Now, once you have an idea, you start moving into, like I'm saying, sketching. And you use 3D and you use whatever you want. Okay? Okay, questions? I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. So you have a concept in your mind, you have something in there, all right? Now, getting it to this point, if you're doing a sketch or a drawing or something, this often helps you to get it into reality, right? And then once you do a sketch, you could actually move back into this stage, bring it back into this stage, right? I've got them drawn in like a linear fashion, in a spiral, but the reality is you're always moving back and forth, right? All the time. Okay, any questions? You know, if you have a question, I guarantee other people have the same question. Really, so just ask. Nothing? You guys are super geniuses? Wow, that's awesome. Such an easy class. No? Okay, we'll keep going then. Alright, keep going. This one is a prototype, right? This is the minimum physical prototype. If you're stuck, you know, on a thing, make something stupid like this. It looks ridiculous, right? It's made out of paper. But it gives the idea form, right? It's a physical form. It doesn't work, but at least it's a physical form. And it'll give you more ideas, more insights into the problem as you go. And then the next one is, this is the minimum functional prototype. Something that functions, but it looks like crap, right? It's not a product, it's nothing, but it functions. The function is there. And then here's a pre-production prototype, right? Something that it looks pretty good, it functions well, it just needs to go through the whole manufacturing product, right? I hate products. And then there's style refinement, where you can do some styling, and then you go into manufacturing refinement. Many times you want to build something, but there isn't the manufacturing technology to build it, right? It just doesn't exist, so you've got to downgrade your idea to something that can be produced. And then you end up with a market product, okay? And then, now, that market product, let's say it's this thing, okay, it's your market product. Now, I've seen this, and I'm like, oh yeah, laser pointer, right, okay. How do we improve this thing? Wouldn't it be cool if, people always do this, they're like, yeah, look at this picture here, right? It looks terrible, right? Wouldn't it be cool if you actually pressed the button and it made a circle instead of a dot? Or if it made a line to underline something instead of a dot? We have that technology, but no one has thought to put it in the laser pointer yet, right? So that's me taking a market product adding some experience to it, and boom, starting the process again. And that's how the whole thing works, again and again and again. And it's called technological determinism, meaning technology will just keep evolving regardless of who thinks of it. All right. Okay. All right. Any questions about the whole creative process? Yeah.
This is create an object.
Yeah, create an object.
If I want to solve something, but I need to think in not create object. But
Yeah.
how do we think and to solve the problem if not object?
Right, so you're doing a problem solving.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So if that problem is I want to solve
Start the process to make people follow.
yes. Yes.
Developing a process, yeah.
And the process is the same.
No, every process is
solve
different.
something.
Yeah, every process is different, right? But the basis is the same, okay? All this stuff in here will be totally different. But when you go back to here, this is all the same. What you do is, you have experience. Experience is everything. The connections you make, you need to look for them when you're problem solving. You need to look for the connections. And what you do is you look at other systems, right? What other systems do you have in your experience? Or what other systems can you find to put into your experience? Right? So whatever you're trying to solve, you need to find something that's similar to it, right? Or you create your own, right? You can create your own too, right? But it'll be based on some kind of experience that you've had in the past. Now, if you don't have that experience, what do?
Let some friend to help you.
Ah, right? You find somebody with that experience, and you go to them for help. Okay? Always, don't worry about your weaknesses. All right? Don't worry about them. Fuck your weaknesses. Focus on your strengths. Okay? Because the time and energy you invest to work on your weaknesses are a waste. The return is low because you're not good at it. But if you focus your energy on what you're good at, you will really accelerate, right? Because it's got a high return, all right? Then you find the people who can help you with what you're not good at, okay? There's this big thing, this big myth. Success, it's not a solo project. You can't do it by yourself. Guys, even like Steve Jobs, right? He had so many people working for him. If it wasn't for Steve Wozniak, you wouldn't even know who Steve Jobs was, right? You wouldn't even know who he was, all right? So you've got to make sure you just focus on your strengths and then find your team to support you, all right? Everyone in the team should be good at something, and that completes the team, okay? So does that help your question? Yeah, find some help. You had a question?
I want to know what is different between the prototype and the refinement. What is the difference?
Oh yeah, okay. So a prototype is something that you just make one of, right? You just produce something to test a theory, test a concept, okay? That's what a prototype is. And prototypes are, you try to get to a prototype to test a theory as fast as possible. Okay, you don't worry about the style, you don't have to, just how do we get this thing working? Can it work? Right? The latest thing I'm doing, I'm testing, the entire thing was built to test one theory. Normally when you've got a vehicle, here's the wheel, okay, and you've got the steering, you've got a small area here of, try to minimize this distance, because if it gets too large, you're going to get wobble, okay? The one I'm building looks like this. It's got this point right here is it's huge. It's half the length of the machine. No sane engineer would ever do this, right? It's crazy. And that's why I've never done it, because I knew it was crazy. But now that we have technology, computing power, we can do things we couldn't do before. Many mechanical things that were not possible before can now be possible because computers can cycle so quickly and they can make decisions far faster than we can. That all these things in the past that weren't possible, yeah, now they're possible, right? So we've got a whole world of innovation coming as we electrify things. So anyway, prototype that I made was just to test this whole theory, is this possible? That's all I did. That was just test a concept, right? After this, I have 7 more designs to go. But that was the first one, just to test a single concept, okay? And now, you're talking about the style refinement. You know, sometimes when the style gets put in down here, right? If you're a designer, you do a design sketch, style comes in the beginning here. But the other way it happens is you build a prototype and then the style is added to it later, okay? But car concepts, they start with a concept car, right? They conceptualize some kind of concept, they draw it out, and then the engineers don't give a shit, right? They don't care about the style at all. But the stylists do that, and the stylists are what gets the project going, right? It's the aesthetics. And the engineers stick the prototype underneath it. Does that help? Yeah? Maybe? Okay. Yeah.
I'd like to ask, which part of the creation process do you think is the most difficult, the most crucial? Is it between the physical world and the imagination, or the stages before multi-product?
Good question. The most important part is your vision. That's the most important part, right? Your vision of what it is you wanted to create. The most important part is, yeah, your vision of what you want to create. But all the stages are crucial. You know, ideas are free. Ideas are nothing. They're in your head, right? The problem is in the execution. That's the hard part. To accomplish this sketch all the way to a market product, that's difficult. It's not easy, right? That's the challenge. Nowadays, ideas, like I said, they're free, they're everywhere, there's so many ideas. The problem comes down to execution, right? The people who can get an idea right here, all the way through to there as quickly as possible. You guys heard of Kickstarter? You guys know Kickstarter? Crowdfunding? Okay. The window on projects are going to keep it shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter on innovative products. Right? So the ability to get an idea to reality, that's the challenge. Okay? All right. Any other questions? Good questions.
If we want to make something in we have to convince someone to put it how to do.
Yeah, how do you get money, right? Money's the driver, right? Money is the lubricant. It keeps things moving in the economy, right? Without money, everything goes, hey, the 2008 financial crash was because the money flow just stopped, right? Banks locked up, everything locked up, and there's no lubrication. The whole thing just ground to a halt. So I mentioned Kickstarter. Kickstarter, you can, if you have a great idea, you just need to make a cool video and post it on Kickstarter or Flying Bee. Really, it's getting really simple. It used to be so much more complex. It required patents, it required funding, it required investors, but it's getting easier and easier to get your products out there. What other sources are there? I don't know. It's really tough because when you have a product, either you love the idea or you love the money,
right? It's one of the two. You have to get funding for these things. You need money, but you also want to create with your freedom, and that's the hard part. But it's getting easier and easier. Does that help? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, that's what we need to do more of in Taiwan. In other countries, it's so easy to get investors hooked up with people. In Taiwan, we're working on that. We're trying to get creative people doing what they love doing. Okay, just keep doing it. Okay, just keep creating. Who cares about the money? Okay, because if you have good ideas, the money will follow you. Right? Because if you can, a great idea, you can get a prototype, you can show somebody, the money will come. Because right now in the world, there is a lack of investment. There's too much money. There's so much money, but no one knows where to put it. That's the problem right now. All right. We just went through a big economic downturn, and we're going to come up into a big upturn, the next big cycle, the next 10, 20 years, so there'll be lots of it. But seriously, it's all about creation. If you create something good, the money will be there. Don't worry about the money. Everyone tries to think, okay, how do I make money, how do I make money? Don't worry about it. What's happening now is we're having a global marketplace. If you like something, I guarantee there's a market worldwide. Right? If you like it, there's a market for it. Right? Because we're having a global marketplace now. So again, don't focus on the money. Focus on your creativity, your vision, and yourself. Right? You are your value. You are your wealth. The more talented you are, the more money will follow you.
Sir, based on your speaking, when we want to make a prototype, basically we need money to do that prototype.
No, you saw that paper prototype right there? That's cheap.
Yes, that's a concept.
Yeah.
If you let it become too reliable, really something to show somebody, such as go to the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
You have to real things to show the people. So you need to get some money to make some purse.
Is that a big problem for you guys? Is that a big problem? You mentioned it. You mentioned it. Yeah, it's a big problem, isn't it? Exactly. It's a big problem. But again, if you have something good, the money will find you. It will. It is. And it's an ugly process. It's really ugly. Business is ugly. God, I hate business. It's really terrible. I would say don't worry about it. Just keep doing it. And the thing is too, get your stuff out there. Network. Post your stuff online. You'd be amazed what kind of people you collect around you. Don't hide it. That's the old system, you hide it. Just let it out there, let it go. Okay? And you'll attract people from all over the world. But yeah, it's tough, it's a barrier, right? Yeah, we're working on that. And you guys ever do Flying V? Flying V is the Taiwan crowdfunder. It's pretty good, eh? There's another one too. I was talking to a guy from Taipei. Hero. You know that one? I think it's like this. Yeah. Maybe that's another one too. A few of them. And you realize too that all these platforms are going to diversify, right? Kickstarter is the main one, right? So in order to actually be successful on Kickstarter, you need a particular kind of product, right? It's not for everybody, it's a mass market. But there'll be more and more, right? Some will specialize in electronics, some will specialize in cars, some will specialize in whatever. So there'll be more and more as time goes on. Because manufacturing is moving from the old manufacturing of mass market to customization, unique products, right? And so people will be able to produce more things on their own. And there's also good prototyping spots. Do you know Shapeways? You guys know Shapeways?
Shapeways, you can get your prototypes made quite cheap. They do 3D printing in plastics, in metal, whatever else, so you can get prototypes made as well. There's also AutoCAD has a really good service too. No, sorry, Autodesk now, Autodesk, yeah. They have a process called 1, 2, 3D, is that what it is? Yeah, that's another process. And they also have an electrical, you can get circuit boards made. You can design your own circuit boards. Okay. But yeah, good questions. And that's a barrier, but don't worry, that barrier is coming down all the time. Yeah, so just keep working on your passion and your interests, okay? Any more questions? Yeah?
As I know, you are living in Canada or America, such as this country, they are people's culture just very easy to get a garage.
Yeah.
So they have very easy to make some products by themselves.
Yeah.
But in Taiwan, no, we don't garage. We
That's
don't
right.
have any shop to do it.
You need space, you need tools.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why this spot is so good. I love this place.
So I think here is the shade. These ideas very good.
Oh, exactly.
We combine all of some machine work together in here.
Yeah.
If you need some help, I think in here is a good tool to let you use.
It is, exactly. It
It's
is.
a good way.
And you know, we're going to get more and more spaces too. Like if I have a space downtown, if you do metal work, I do metal work downtown, right? We'll get places for electronics. We'll get more and more places you can go to create things cheaply, easily, right? The idea is that creativity should not be blocked by money, right? If you've got ideas, you got talent, just do it. Don't let money stop you. That's the goal, okay? Just get it going. Any more questions? No? Okay. Let's try to practice some visualization. Okay? We're going to play with the mind's eye a little bit here, okay? Visualization is really important, right? Imagination, very important. It helps you put concepts together. All right, so let's start. I'm going to do a little exercise. I'm going to give you 2 words, okay? And as soon as you hear those words, you're going to make a connection with them in here. Boom. You're going to pull the data from your experience in your connection, and boom, conceptualize these 2 words together instantly. Okay? Are you ready? Is your mind ready? Yeah? Okay. Here we go. Pink. Elephant. Now, what's in your mind's eye? Pink. Elephant. What do you see in your mind's eye? A cartoon. Right. You see a pink elephant. Right? Yeah, you see a pink elephant in your mind. Now, it's not as clear as vision, right? Can you see it? Can you picture a pink elephant in your mind? Has everybody got it? Anybody does not have, put your hand up. Now, it's not clear, but it's there, right? Visualization is not about seeing, it's about knowing, okay? You know what a pink elephant looks like. And how do you know that? How do you know this? Do pink elephants exist? No. But you have one in your mind. Why? Because you've seen an elephant. And you know the color pink. If I had given you a word that you didn't know, you wouldn't be able to visualize it, right? It's not in your experience data bank, right? But pink elephant you can do, right? Okay, now let's try to move that out of your mind into the physical world, okay? So take your pink elephant, and I want you to put him right here, okay? Picture a pink elephant right here. But scale it, you can scale it too, right? Scale it down to maybe about this big, okay? It's a small pink elephant. Can you see that? Now, the weird part is, everybody can see it, but Does it exist? It doesn't exist. You can see it, but it doesn't exist, does it? But it's there. And the worst part is, here's the funny part, you can't erase it. You can't erase it from your mind's eye. Try it. Delete it. Get rid of the pink elephant. Okay, is it gone? Nope. It's still there, right? You can't erase it. You can forget it, but you can't erase it. So, the ability to do this, keep practicing this, right? Keep practicing putting things together and visualizing. It's a really powerful tool. So, now, is everybody seeing the same pink elephant? Maybe not, right? Everyone's got a different one. But because we all agree what an elephant is, and we all agree what pink is, the visualization is very close. She said cartoon. So there's who's picturing a cartoon elephant? Put your hand up. Cartoon elephant. Alright, okay. Now who's picturing a real pink elephant? You got one? Oh, there's a lot. Oh, yeah. I'm a cartoon person too, but yeah, real ones too. So even though we get the same words, we look at the same thing, we're seeing different visuals. Alright? Okay. Now, do pink elephants exist? No, they don't. Could we create a pink elephant? Actually, I can do it right now. Something like big head, body, little tail, big stompy feet, triangles, and a trunk, big floppy ears. We got a pink elephant, right? That's the first step. It's a sketch to bring it into reality. Now, how far can we go? Can we make a prototype? Would it be a real elephant? It could be. That's what's scary is we have the technology to make a pink elephant. It's probably pretty easy with genetics, right? Just change the pigmentation of the skin. Boom, we got a pink elephant. Oh my God, right? Creating is a very powerful thing. All right, there's a thing actually called the risk of creativity, in which we will create things that are too dangerous for us to handle, right? Nuclear, yeah, that was too soon for us, right? We made too many mistakes with nuclear energy, right? And bombs, right? But the question you need to ask often is, should I create this? Not just can I create it, should I create it? That's a really important question. Because we can create anything, right? It's just a matter of time. If we can imagine it, we can create it. But technology takes time to evolve. So, pink elephant, yeah, I don't want to create it. Now, we just use visualization, and we used our eyes in our mind. Now, we have other senses. We have many senses we can design with. What about the sense of smell? Have you ever smelled an elephant before? Who's smelled an elephant? Do you know what an elephant smells like? It's terrible. They smell terrible. They've got big feces and they smell. Anybody, have you smelled an elephant? Alright? So if you smelled an elephant, you can add that to your visualization. So now you can see it, you can see the pink elephant, and you can smell it. You know, just, oh yeah, I remember that smell, right? It's in my database. Now, what about taste? Can we add taste? Anyone ever tasted an elephant? Right? Yeah, no one has. Because that's not in your experience database. You don't know what an elephant tastes like. Anybody? Yeah, no one knows, right? So you can't add that to your visualization because you don't have that experience. But we can substitute, right? This is our imagination. We can substitute. Let's do an orange. You all know what an orange tastes like, right? So we've got a pink elephant here, and it tastes like an orange. All right, so try this. Can you close your eyes, take a bite of your pink elephant, okay? The skin is just like that of an orange, and when you bite through the skin, you'll taste the orange. So get your pink elephant and take a bite of it. Yeah, that's so wrong, yeah, right? But you can add other senses to your visualization. And this is important when you're designing, because great designers use all the experience, right? Use all the senses, use sound, use everything.
If you just use visual, you're going to have dead, or they won't reach their full potential. You can use them all. Okay, so that's visualization. What time is it? You've got time?
45.
10:45. Okay. All right. Any questions about visualization? Just keep practicing it. It's a skill like anything else. Like sketching or whatever, visualization is a skill. You just practice it. You know, when you're in school, it was called daydreaming, right? You should like stop daydreaming, pay attention. Yeah. You should have kept daydreaming. Yeah. Teacher was wrong. Any other questions? Yeah.
Sir, is it possible if new imagination to create such as a smell camera?
Oh yeah, that'd be cool, then.
Yeah, if I got a picture that is a rose flower,
Yeah.
I can smell before.
Yeah, that'd be cool, then.
This can become visible?
I think so. What do you think? Do we have the technology for that? I think so. The catch would be the scent database. How do you capture that scent? And we can capture smells. Yeah, it's possible. Go project. Now, how do you bring it into reality, right? How do you do it? Any other question about visualization or smell cameras or pink elephants or anything else? No? Okay. The next one we're going to go on to is materialization. Okay? How do you practice materialization? Creating things. How do you practice it? You just do it. Really, you just do it. Hey, on that sheet, I think I've got something about... wait, can I hold just a second? All right. I'll cover this right now. This is a really important concept. Look at where it says thinking and doing. Many times when people or get stuck because you're in the thinking process, you're in the creation process, and you don't know what to do. You see, thinking doesn't teach you anything new. Okay? Think about that. Thinking does not teach you anything new. Alright? Thinking is just reviewing all the data that you have in your mind. Okay? It can pull data out, that's great. But it doesn't teach you anything. You just think all day long, right? Nothing ever gets done. Nothing exists. It's all in your mind. But when you do something, you learn something new. Right? When you do something, you know, I sit down in this chair and oh yeah, that chair holds me. I learned that. Right? That's something new. Right? I've done it before, of course, but when you do something, when you read a book, you're learning something new. Right? When you break something, uh-oh, that was too much pressure. Right? You pass the tensile strength, boom, it's gone. Right? So doing teaches you. So if you ever get stuck, just start doing something. Anything. Really, because it will teach you more. And when you design, often you have to go from doing to thinking. Right? You test an idea, and then you think about that. What happened? You review it in your head, add that data in, and then you try something else. So if you get stuck in one of them, go to the other. If you're stuck in the doing, go to the thinking. Always switch back and forth as much as you can. Okay? And that'll keep you moving forward. That's really important. Okay, so materialization. We have to do something. Okay? Visualization, you just think about it. It's easy. But doing, yeah, you gotta do something. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a little design competition. Or not competition, but just a task. We'll do it together. The goal is to get this coin over to the other side of the room. That's the goal, okay? That's our task, to get that coin to the other side of the room. All right, any ideas? Try it. Yeah, try it, give it a shot. Do it, right? Do it. We'll see if
this works.
So what if I hit the gas?
That's okay. I'll get out of your way. I don't know how well you throw, so.
So where's the happy?
The other side of the room, somewhere. Yeah, that worked. All right, level 1 done. All right. Yeah, please, sure, yeah. All right. So, remember that, the simplest solutions, always look for those first, right? Always look at the simplest first. So we did that. That's done. All right, so number 1, just throw it. All right, done. All right. Okay, so now, let's take the throw it out. You can no longer do that. Okay? You can't throw it. All right. Who's got another idea? How do we get it across the room? We can't throw it. What? Good idea. Anybody? Go on. You can't throw it. All right, try it. You got some cables here, you might jump. Yeah, I'll hold these for you, okay? I'll hold these and you try to roll. Well, halfway. Try it one more time. So it did work, but we can. Yeah, you're getting there, right? So yeah, rolling is an option. All right, good job. All right, that's number 2. Roll it. Okay, so those 2 are up. You can't roll it, you can't throw it. What's the next one we can do? Just walk it? Okay, try it. Just pick it up. Walk it over there. That was yeah, it's funny. The throwing is first. We think to throw it first, right? But yeah, walking came third. Good job, all right? All right, just walk it over there. Okay, done. Those are the simplest solutions. Anyone have another simple solution? Anybody else? That's all I can think of, actually. The simple solutions. Throw it, walk it, kick it. That's an option. Kicking is like throwing, right? So, all right. So those 3 are out. Anybody else have an idea? We just got to get it from there to there. Baseball, yeah, pat it over there. Yeah. Oh, pass it. That's a good one. Let's try that one. Okay. Who wants to do the pass one? Come on, grab. I'll be the first person. Who's next? Okay. Come on up. Next over there. We need at least what? At least 5 or 6 people. So we're not moving it ourselves. We're actually a team to do it. Can you get to the far side? More people. More people. One more person. Yeah. Okay, ready? So yeah, it's moving over there, not just one person. Ah, that's an interesting solution. Yeah. Right on. That's cool. All right, go. I never thought of that one to pass. Anything else? That's interesting. All right. Now, let's say we cannot use our bodies in any way. Okay? So we can't actually use our bodies passing it, doing kicking it, walking it, blowing it, whatever. We can't do it. Rolling it. We have some materials here that you can build with. So we've got some, I guess, some styrofoam, okay, lightweight, kind of board, plain material. And I brought some toothpicks. Toothpicks works as beams or connectors to connect these together.
An elastic band is cool because it's energy storage. You can store energy, right? Because you need energy to move that there, okay? So, you guys take a break, and when we come back, we can develop ways of getting it across the room using these three materials, okay? And what you'll have to do is, you'll have to use your experience database. Think of other systems that move things. Right? There's many of them. There's many different methods. So you take that system from your database in your mind and create something that will move the coin. Okay? All right, take a break.